Alright guys, welcome back to Lions Den Investments and Reviews. My name's Casey. In today's video I just wanted to quickly go over the charts on Bitcoin, show you where we're at there and where I think we're going. And then I wanted to cover a couple articles on basically where we're at fundamentally in the markets, traditionally and with cryptos, because if you guys are watching this YouTube channel, you may have noticed, like last year I was talking about traditional markets back when we were in a system before the pandemic, right? We were in this normal economy. Well, since then things have been turned upside down on their head and we're going into a digital economy. So we're going through this transition, right? And I keep telling you that the smart money is leaving traditional markets and traditional business and going into this digital world at a very, very fast pace. So what I want to do is cover a couple articles with you and show you some evidence as to why you want to pivot, like I've been saying, and get your money out of traditional markets and move it over with the smart money into this new economy that we're going into. And so I'm going to point out some evidence that just kind of proves my point here, and then we'll go ahead and wrap the video up. But uh, getting started here with technical analysis on Bitcoin, guys, we're right down where basically where I thought we would go. We got the weekly support right here. If you watch some of my other videos, go back. You can watch one that I just shot recently on technical analysis for Bitcoin, and this target area right here. I actually drew that out before the price actually came down to where we're at. Okay, because I was expecting we'd get rejected on the third try, we'd come down, and we would just kind of follow this weekly support line as we squeeze tighter in between the resistance and that weekly support. Eventually, what I'm looking for though is we're going to break, outside this resistance right here, and then we're going to head higher. We'll go retest that $40,000 Bitcoin that that we all saw just recently and experienced for ourselves. So it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. But that's Bitcoin for right now. Could we go lower? Yes, we could. And if we do, guys, just back up the truck. You know what I mean? It's another opportunity to go ahead and pack it and stack it. If you guys like buying cryptos, altcoins, Bitcoin, if you like buying this stuff at lower prices, hit that like button, okay? Also, if you'll subscribe to the channel, it greatly helps with the YouTube algorithm. You can stay in tune with like a lot of the stuff that I'm covering here. Moving forward, let's just move over here to some of the articles. Now, guys, this is what I'm talking about with traditional markets, right? I told you you have to follow the smart money and follow that money wherever it's going. Right now, it's leaving traditional markets, and if it is in traditional markets, still, it's there for a purpose, and it's not going to benefit you. I can tell you that. And the reason why is because look, the people that manage the 401k accounts, they're day traders. Okay, nothing more. All they do is trade your assets on a market, buy and sell them at different prices, and hope to make you a return. Um, if you're an investor, okay, there's two ways you can be an investor. You can be an active investor or a passive investor. Passive investors don't watch their returns. They don't manage their money. It's like Warren Buffett says, nobody's going to manage your money better than you. So you got two choices. You want to be a lion or do you want to be a sheep? But I don't know about you guys, but I want to be a lion. Okay, I want to be liquid. I want to be able to move my money around. I don't have to. I don't want to deal with, a 401k manager telling me, oh, you can't get out of your investment because, well, you still have your job with the company. Like what kind of nonsense is that, right? To me, that's not an investment. That's a trap. And just to prove my point, this hedge fund tycoon says investors are like frogs, slowly boiling in a pot. Let's see here. The guy's name is Seth Klarman. He says easy government money is dulling investors to risk and hiding market fallings or market failings. Well, yeah, of course. Because basically what they're doing, guys, they're pumping up a bubble in the stock market, okay? And what they're doing is trying to make you believe that on paper you're getting rich. And you are. But what you're not seeing is it's a bubble. It's a trap. That bubble pops, okay, because you have all these overvalued assets on the market, you know, they're not worth the paper money that it's telling you. Like when it comes to valuations, and if those companies aren't worth what you're paying for them, you're going to lose money because when the bubble pops, that stuff's going to come down in price. And if you're just in a 401k through a traditional market, it's being managed by a hedge fund, guys. And you've got a hedge fund guy right here telling you these investors are like frogs slowly boiling in a pot. So what do you got to do? You got to pivot. You got to stay liquid. You got to move your money around. You got to be an active investor. You got to be a lion. Okay? Who wants to be a lion? I know I do. So what you want to do is move your money over into these other assets, and blockchain is that new digital system that we've been talking about, uh, moving forward into this digital economy. It's going to help make corporate America more efficient, makes banks more efficient. You can settle and transact payments instantly. Okay, XRP, XLM through the ledger there, and it's not just here in the United States. This thing is global, guys. Here's the other article. This is on CNN, and Scaramucci, I guess is the guy's name. Um, he's talking about it being due for a correction, right? And I kept telling you that money is going to be moving out of Bitcoin into altcoins. Bitcoin gets a retracement. It's nothing new, but let's listen to what he has to say here.
Bitcoin as well. It crashed through 20,000 today. How sustainable is that?
Well, this thing has a tendency to crash up if you really study Bitcoin. After I got fired from the White House and returned to my job, that's one of the great things when you own your own company. When you're fired, you can go back to work.
Yeah, what he's talking about here, Bitcoin crashing up, right? So if you watch any of my other previous videos, I was talking about how Bitcoin's going to retrace, and we find these new support levels at higher prices. That's what he's referring to here. Is these higher crashes up.
I spent 2.5 years, 3 years studying Bitcoin, analyzing other digital currencies. Right now, this thing is crashing upwards, so it is due for a correction. And these corrections can be violent. They can be 20 to 50%. So you have to be very cautious. But I will say this, if you took $1 and you put 99 cents of it in cash and 1 penny in Bitcoin over the last 10 years, that asset allocation strategy outperformed the S&P 500. And so Bitcoin's best days are ahead of it, but it's going to be volatile, and I think people have to be prepared for that.
So I find it interesting because he's talking about the return that you're getting off of Bitcoin versus like say a traditional market, right? And see that's another thing with this bubble that we're in, and what I was saying in regards to the hedge fund guy, where he's talking about investors being like frogs in a slowly boiling in a pot. You know, you get these bubbles that increase in value. Um, so yeah, you can get some good returns, but you got to play like what they call risk on, right? So you got to take more risky bets just to get the same returns that you were getting before, because you get assets hitting all time highs and they can't go any higher up, and then the bubble pops and it comes down. Um, but what he's talking about is Bitcoin is one of those assets that's giving you returns that are like way greater than what you're getting in traditional markets. Like for instance, just with my own investments, guys, within about 7 months, I was up 900, 1,000% in returns. But I was diversified enough so I wasn't playing on, say, like what you would if you went into a traditional market and you invested in one company. That's kind of stupid, right? Unless you've got a different strategy in place, like you're going for passive income or something like that. But I'm diversified across cryptos, and I was still able to get 900, 1,000% returns by managing my own money. No trader on Wall Street could have done that for me through a hedge fund. There's just no way. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about when it comes to pivoting and being an active investor versus a passive investor, and knowing what you're doing in these markets, okay? Because like he said, the price of Bitcoin can come down, but we're crashing higher. So where do I see it going over the next 8 or 9 months? Guys, I honestly and firmly believe Bitcoin is going to we're going to hit $100,000 sometime in the next like 8 months. And if you agree with that, go ahead again, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, tune in to more content that I'm uploading here. One last thing I want to show you real quick. If you want to become more familiar with blockchain, you can go to the blockchaincouncil.org. Okay, I actually just got my certified Ethereum expert certification, and I am pretty proud of this because I can better explain and better understand some of these projects moving forward because I took the time out of my day to learn blockchain. And if you're not learning about blockchain right now, guys, I would highly recommend it. You can also go to my website, academyofcrypto.com. I've got information up there on blockchain, a couple documentaries you can watch, and I show you how to get started investing in the blockchain space from scratch with really not knowing much. And what I do is I show you the pitfalls, the mistakes I made, and I show you how to avoid those by just showing you the correct way to do it. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, go check out the website, and with that in mind, guys, I will talk to you later. Oh, and one last thing here, okay? One last thing. Fear nothing. All right? When it comes to these markets, they're gonna drop, they're gonna scare you. Hold on tight, hold on for dear life, and fear nothing, my friends. Till next time.